The market is still being pushed around by one big force right now, the war in the Middle East and its impact on oil. Even though the US produces a lot of oil, energy prices are still shaped by global supply and demand, which means higher oil can still fuel inflation and pressure the economy. At the same time, bond yields remain elevated because inflation is sticky. And this is important because bonds, fixed income is where typically investors put their money in times of uncertainty. Debt concerns are still in play and global rates are rising. While parts of the market, like energy and select tech names, are holding up, this remains a headline driven environment with volatility likely to stay high. But wait, let me ask you this. Is this really what's most important in your life? Don't miss Easter. This was the title that our teaching pastor titled his sermon yesterday. In Luke chapter 24, we see something surprising. Even the people closest to Jesus didn't immediately believe the resurrection. Some were confused, others were skeptical, some were unmoved, others were questioning, and many were just overwhelmed. And honestly, those same responses exist today. But here's the key: the resurrection demands a response. You either reject Jesus, being crucified and risen after 3 days he was crucified, or you receive him by faith. And for those who receive him, scripture says something incredible, that you who believe are given the right to become a child of God, not because of your family, your effort, or your religion, but because of a new birth that comes from God alone. The resurrection isn't just an event, it's the fulfillment of God's plan from the very beginning. Jesus is the promised Redeemer who conquered sin and death. So the question is simple: will you stay confused, skeptical, unmoved, questioning, overwhelmed, or are you convinced that Jesus is God who was crucified on the cross and 3 days later he resurrected from the dead? Don't miss Easter.